welcome to the classroom corner. It's been a hot minute. We used to do these every day, but now we're doing it every week. And so it's been a while since I've seen you guys, so I'm happy to see you back here. And I know exactly what you're thinking. You're like, Miss Heather, why the heck are you wearing a zebra onesie and you have fox earrings and it looks like you're in pajamas? Because I am. Why, you may ask? Well, it's Holy Humor Sunday. And what exactly is Holy Humor Sunday, you may be thinking to yourself? Well, Holy Humor Sunday, if you remember, think in your heads for what the lesson was last week. And the lesson for last week was Easter. So it was Easter Sunday, and during that, Jesus rose from the dead. Now, before that, he had died, and then after how many days? 3, he resurrected. So during that time, when Jesus died, there was like, you know what? We got that guy. You know that guy Jesus has been causing us trouble? We got him. But then Jesus rose back from the dead. He's like, nuh-uh, you did not. You did not at all. I am back, and I am better than ever. So Jesus came back, and we got the last laugh. Jesus got the last laugh, and so did we. So usually for Holy Humor Sunday, I know there's been a lot of interesting things done. I know last year the service was run backwards. So they started with the closing and ended with the opening, which was so funny. And then I usually wear a onesie. It's either a giraffe one or a zebra one. I chose to wear the zebra one today. So usually I would be wearing a onesie and teaching just like I am here. So I decided to keep things with Holy Humor Sunday. So I encourage you guys to do something silly. Wear your shirt inside out or pajamas for the whole entire day, as long as your parents are okay with it. Or just do something silly, do something funny, make someone laugh. Just do something joyful and something humorous for Holy Humor Sunday. So in other news, real quick before we jump into our story, I have a Facebook account. And what you're probably wondering, okay, cool, what does that mean for you? That means that actually right now as you're watching this, I'm watching with you. If you're watching this at 11 o'clock, yes, 11 o'clock when it comes out, I'm actually watching this with you. So if you have any questions, any comments that pop into your mind along the way, go ahead and get your parent. And then your parent can go ahead and type in a comment, and I will be responding to every single one of them. So go ahead and comment away. And then also you can send pictures. Maybe send me a picture of like a funny outfit you did for Holy Humor Sunday, or maybe you can take a picture of your craft. I would love to see your crafts that you make. This one's a really cool one for today, so I'd love to see them. If you just want to say hi, if you just want to comment and say hi, I will say hi back. I will respond to every single one of them, and I'm super excited for that because I don't want this to just be like, okay, you watch a video, that's it. I want it to be interactive, just like if we were actually in the classroom. So, without further ado, we are going to go ahead and jump into the story. So, as I said earlier, last week's story was Easter, and Jesus rose from the dead, and we did a lot of running with that one. We had you guys running around the house, telling everybody that he is risen, because he is risen indeed. So, we're going to go ahead, and unfortunately, this story is not in the Beginner's Bible that we also love. But it is in the storybook pages. So I'm going to go ahead and read this one from here. So the story today is called Emmaus, which is a destination, and this story takes place on a road to Emmaus, which is pretty cool. And Emmaus, you may have heard the word Emmaus before, because it is that's the name of the adult version of Chrysalis. And I've talked about Chrysalis a lot. I've been on a retreat, and I've teamed on a retreat, and you guys have made butterflies for people who went on Chrysalis. So, I just thought that was a really cool connection. So, alright, without further ado, let's get started. So, I'm going to go ahead and read this, and then I'll show you guys the pictures and whatnot. You guys know the drill. This is what? Lesson 6 already? You guys know. You guys know. Okay. So, on the same day, the woman went to the empty tomb. So, that was Mary and her friends. So, this is the same day, even though it's been a whole week for us, this is the same day as when Mary and her friend went to go see Jesus in the tomb. So same day in Bible time, different time for us. So 2 disciples were traveling to Emmaus. They were talking to each other about Jesus. So just imagine, think of who your best friend is. And so you're walking with your best friend, and imagine you're going to Emmaus yourself. And you're walking with your best friend, and you go, and so you're walking and you're talking about Jesus, and you're like, hey, you know that Jesus guy, he he was really cool. I can't believe he died and everything, and it's a sad time. You guys are sad. You found out that Jesus had died, and it's a sad time, but you're going to Emmaus and all that. And then a random guy walked up to you guys and joined him, and you didn't recognize him. So you're just walking, and all of a sudden this random guy, this random dude just comes up and starts walking with you guys. So this stranger asked him, "What are you talking about?" And the two stopped and looked at him with sadness in their eyes. So you and your best friend, you go and you're like, you go to this person and you're like, wait, how could you not have known? Jesus died like this, because Jesus was very popular, and a lot of people, many people knew him. So everyone was so sad. So like, how could you not have known Jesus has died? So you asked him with sadness in your eyes, and they say to him, "Have you not heard? Jesus was killed on the cross 3 days ago. Some woman went to the tomb, but his body wasn't there. Some of us went to go see for ourselves, and they were right." So there you go. So they're sad not only because Jesus had died, but because his body is missing. It's gone. It's not there. So they're just sad. So, and then this stranger asked, "Isn't that what the prophets said would happen?" And then he told them all the things in the scriptures that had been written. So in the scriptures, it had been written that this was going to happen. That Jesus was going to rise. Yes, Jesus was going to rise from the dead, and that he was going to live again. So the three of them traveled to Emmaus. So they're traveling, and this stranger was going to walk on further, but they invited him to come in and stay with them. When they sat down to eat, this stranger broke the bread and blessed it, and he broke it. So think in your minds, who has done that before? Who that we've read about has done that? Who besides Pastor Joe has done that before? Who have we read about? Who has broke the bread and blessed it, and who has raised the cup and blessed it? Who might have done that? It was Jesus. So guess what? This stranger that had been walking with you and that had been walking with the men there, or the disciples, it was Jesus the whole time. So when he broke the bread and blessed it, they recognized it was Jesus. But then he disappeared. They said, "That was Jesus." And they wanted to tell everyone, "Jesus is alive." Go ahead and shout that out real quick. 1, 2, 3, Jesus is alive. So that's a really cool story, because they're just walking and this random stranger comes up and they're like, "Okay, cool, you know what, you can walk with us, it's fine." And then he was saying about like, "Hey, wait, but the prophets, not the prophets, the scriptures had told him exactly what's going to happen." It's like, "Hey, this is exactly what the scripture said was going to happen. What are you doing?" And then they realized it was Jesus. Can you imagine if you were walking and you didn't know who this guy was, and you're like, "Okay, what's going on here?" And then you recognized it was Jesus the whole time? How would you feel like the whole time if you were like, "Oh, Jesus, oh no, my bad, I didn't recognize you"? Like that would just be so bizarre. And Jesus is like that. He can be awesome. He can do those things. So here's the picture here. So there's Jesus right there in the middle walking with the two disciples. And here you can see they are on the road to Emmaus here. And they are walking with Jesus without even knowing that it was Jesus. So that's a really cool story. And one of those stories I really like. But I say that with every single story. But I love them all. So, alright, so that is the Bible story done. And because we have finished the Bible story, we are going to go ahead and glue our next poster piece here. So I'm going to show it to you guys. Here you have the two disciples here, and they are walking on the road to Emmaus. And so I'm going to go ahead and glue this on. It's a big piece. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and glue this on, and we're actually kind of running out of space here. I think I'm going to put it right there, because it's nearby all of the other, all of this is from Easter, but it's right by Palm Sunday and all that, and Emmaus is towards Jesus, so it works out. It works out. So they're walking towards Emmaus, but they're also walking towards Jesus. Because eventually, you know what, that works out. Well, let's say Emmaus is over here and they're walking, and then Jesus joins them, and then they go to Emmaus. There you go. It worked out. Well, can you guys, yes, you guys can see that. Awesome. And actually, surprise, I almost forgot. We have another poster picture. And here, we have the same thing here with Jesus, and we have the disciples there, and they look sad. They're like, wait, but haven't you heard Jesus is dead? And we went to check for his body, and his body wasn't there. But then Jesus is like, hey, guys, it's okay. I'm still right here. So I'm going to go ahead and glue that on. And actually, we only have one more poster piece for this one over here. So, geez, as I said, the last one was a big poster piece. This is the big poster piece. So I'm going to go ahead and pop this on here. Ooh, there you go. So here we have Jesus with Palm Sunday, and then we have the empty tomb that we did for Easter, and then we have the road to Emmaus right there. I wonder what the next story is going to be. Who knows? Actually I know, but you don't know yet, so tune in next week for that. So there you have it. There's the Bible story for today. And also we haven't had a verse of the week poster in a hot minute. So still Palm Sunday poster. Don't worry, I have not been forgetting about the verses of the week, but there has just been none. So we're stuck with the Palm Sunday one, which is an awesome one. So, you know what? Let's go ahead and read again. So those in front of him and those following were shouting, Hosanna, blessings on the one who comes in the name of the Lord. That comes from Mark 11, verse 9. So you get to hear it again. There you go. Okay, so there it is. So for our craft today, we are going to go ahead and, of course, unfortunately, technology is not great enough that I can just hand you this. So I'm going to go ahead and explain it to you, and I really want to see what you guys create for this one. This one's really cool, and I really like it. So, okay, you can see me. So here, this craft has two little pieces here. We have here, I'll show you. So we have Jesus here, and then two disciples on a stick. And then here we have the road to Emmaus. And then we also have the house where the two disciples invited him to eat in. So, here you go. So, here are the two disciples. And what you do with this craft, and it's kind of like a moving craft, which is pretty cool. So, the two disciples go ahead and walk down on the road to Emmaus. And then guess what? Boop! Jesus comes in and starts walking with them. So they go, okay, well, let's come over, and I'm going to invite you for dinner. So they go and invite him for dinner. And then after Jesus blessed the bread, what happened to Jesus? So I hear it. He disappeared. So poof, he's gone. And now it's just the two disciples. And I'm like, wait, hold on. Where'd he go? I don't know. But all I know is that was Jesus. And Jesus is alive. So they went to go tell the others. So you can actually retell the story with this craft, which is so cool. And I think that's awesome. So all you really need for this craft are, you can even do one piece of paper. You don't even need two. So some paper, you can use a craft stick, you can use a straw, you can use any sort of stick to just hold your disciples here. And Jesus, don't forget Jesus too. And then just a piece of paper that you can do front and back to do the scenery on. And then you pretty much have it. And then you can go ahead and you can maybe tell your parents the story, or if you have a younger sibling, you can tell your younger sibling about it, or you can help your younger sibling make the craft. You can do whatever works for you. So I really, 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 really want to see you guys, of course I want to see you guys, but I really want to see what you guys make with this, because now, since I have a Facebook account, I can actually see what you guys post and whatnot. So I really want to see what you guys make. I want to see your guys' creative juices flowing, and just to see what you guys come up with. Because just because this craft is made like this does not mean your craft has to be like that. Be creative, be imaginative. Just do something, do whatever you want. as long as it of course relates to the Bible story. But just be creative and think outside the box, and just take the time to be creative. So that is it for the craft. And that leaves the song of the day. However, I forgot to think of song of the day ahead of time. So, since we were talking about Emmaus, there we go. I got one. Since we were talking about Emmaus and how Emmaus is the adult version of Chrysalis, this is a stretch here. We're talking about how Emmaus is the adult version of Chrysalis. So speaking of Chrysalis, one of my favorite songs that we sung on Chrysalis is My Lighthouse, which is one of my favorite things ever, which is why we have the lighthouse here. So we're going to say the song of the week is My Lighthouse because it's just a good song for any time, no matter what the Bible story is, no matter what's going on. It's just always a song to lift your spirits. There's motions to it and all that. I'm sure you guys know it. And if you don't, well, you can make your emotions, or you can maybe call up a friend who's in the class too, or I'm sure you can search up videos online. I'm sure there's renditions to the motions and whatnot. So it's just a fun song to sing and to dance to. So I thought it would be, well, I didn't think ahead of time, but I think it would be a great song for the song of the week. And I think that is about wrapped up. Of course, we have to say the Lord's Prayer. So we'll go ahead and jump into that right now. It'll be the same thing that we've always done. I will say one line and then I will pause and you'll say the other line. Just like we do in class, we'll do a essay and response. It'll only just be really awkward for me because I cannot hear you guys, but don't make it awkward for me, please, because hopefully you'll be saying it with me or after I say it. So it'll be just like we were actually in the classroom. So let's go ahead real quick and let's bow our hands and pray. Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. And give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory, forever. Amen. And that is the conclusion of today's classroom corner lesson. So make sure you go ahead and type down in the comments of any questions. If you just want to say hi, send a picture of your silly outfit for Holy Humor Sunday, or the craft, or just of something maybe that made you smile that you saw today. Just whatever it is. Just have the whole comment section for you guys to just talk and for us to communicate and just for us to come together as a class. So I'm super excited for that. I'm very, very excited for that actually, because I miss you guys so much. Like, on a real note, I miss you guys so dearly. I miss being in the classroom with everybody. I look forward to it every week. So I'm heartbroken that we cannot be in here. But this is good because it's not the same, but I still get to interact with you guys, especially since we'll be commenting, and I'll be commenting and replying and all that. So yeah, I think that is about it. So have a wonderful rest of your week, actually, and I'll see you guys next week with the story. Wonder what's it gonna be? Who knows, except for me. So you have to tune in next week to see what it is. Have a wonderful Holy Humor Sunday, and I'll see you guys next week. Bye!